The wind howled against the windows of the cold hospital room, but nothing compared to the storm raging inside Alexander Ward's heart. He was once a name that commanded respect across continents. CEO of a global tech empire, owner of private jets, villas, and a fortune that could rival nations, Alexander had everything. That is, until a tragic car crash took away what truly mattered, his ability to walk. From that day on, the world he built felt like a prison. He had all the money in the world, yet none of it could buy him the ability to stand again. For 6 years, Alexander lived bound to a wheelchair. His jawline stayed sharp, his suits stayed tailored, but his spirit, crushed, he became bitter, angry. Isolated, therapists came and went, doctors delivered hope like salesmen pushing lies, and experimental treatments drained more money than he cared to admit. Still, no miracle, only pity, filled glances and empty promises. Then came the woman. Her name was Lena. Not a doctor, not a nurse. Just a quiet woman with eyes that shimmered like forest dew, and a presence that calmed the chaos in every room she entered. She worked in the hospital cafeteria, pushing a squeaky cart of teas and herbal drinks. People barely noticed her. But Alexander did one day, when everyone else had walked away. That morning, something in her manner caught his attention. While others avoided him or approached him with excessive sympathy, Lena did neither. She walked past his sweet door without so much as a glance. That stung his ego, so the next day he called out to her, "You work here?" She nodded, offering a faint smile. "I do. You didn't even say hello yesterday. You looked like a man who didn't want hellos." It was the first honest sentence he'd heard in months. A strange friendship bloomed from there, if you could call it that. She never asked about his company, his wealth, or his past life. Instead, she asked, "How do you feel today?" And somehow, that hit deeper. One stormy afternoon, as thunder rumbled in the distance, Lena wheeled her cart to his room and placed a small, steaming cup on his table. The liquid was a strange amber color, earthy, fragrant, warm. "What's this?" he asked, raising a brow. She didn't blink. "Drink this and you will walk." He laughed, harder than he had in years. "Is this a joke?" "No," she said. Her voice didn't shake. "It's a remedy passed down through 5 generations. But it's not just herbs. It's belief too. That's the ingredient most people forget. You think belief can reconnect a severed spine. I think doubt is louder than pain, and sometimes louder than healing." He stared at the cup for a long time. "It smells like poison. Then don't drink it," she said gently. "Let the bitterness swallow you instead." She left the room without another word. He didn't touch the cup, not that day, not the next, but it haunted him, the way she said it, not with arrogance, but with certainty. On the 3rd day, his curiosity won. He drank it. Nothing happened, no lightning bolt, no tingling nerves, no twitch of a toe, nothing. He threw the cup against the wall and screamed. His butler found him sobbing, curled in a corner like a broken boy. Alexander dismissed Lena after that, blocked her from entering his room. Months passed. She vanished. And then, one early morning, a twitch. A small, involuntary flicker in his left toe. He thought it was a spasm. But the next day, he could wiggle it. Then came a flicker in his calf. Then his thigh. Panic and hope coexisted, and it terrified him more than the crash ever did. Doctors were baffled. Scans showed regeneration where there had been none. Neurologists from across the world came to witness what they called impossible. He didn't care what they called it. He just wanted to find her, but Lena was gone. It took a year. A full year of therapy, trembling steps, falls, cries, triumphs. And then one rainy afternoon, Alexander stood, unassisted, in front of the same window where he once sat, praying for death. Reporters swarmed the story. Headlines screamed of miracles. But Alexander gave only one interview. He stood before the world, leaned slightly on a cane, and said, "A woman with no degree, no lab, no fame gave me more healing than billions ever could. She taught me that faith isn't the absence of logic, it's the courage to trust beyond it." He founded the Lena Foundation, a worldwide movement blending holistic medicine, emotional wellness, and belief-based recovery. Clinics opened in underserved communities, offering free treatments. Millions found healing not just of the body, but of the soul. One day, years later, in a quiet village in Nepal, he found her, carrying water up a steep path. Her hair streaked with gray now, but her eyes still the same. "You drank it?" she asked without turning around. "I did," he said, tears in his eyes, "and I walked." They didn't say much else. They didn't need to. And so, the story of a broken man who thought he'd lost everything turned into the legacy of someone who found the greatest wealth: hope, faith, and the strength to believe. Because sometimes the miracle doesn't come in a syringe or surgery. Sometimes it's in a small, steaming cup, and the courage to drink what scares you most.